Hey there, good evening. Happy weekend. I'm meteorologist Peyton Major. Trying something a little new. This show is going to be called Major Weather, and it's going to be at 5 o'clock most weekend evenings. So if you just need a quick look at the forecast, we'll keep this pretty short, probably 5 or 7 minutes long, and you can kind of just get a heads up as we start off this new week. All right, so Monday, Wednesday, this is brand new. Just about 30-40 minutes ago, we have issued 3 first alert weather days, and I know that seems like a lot, but things are changing dramatically. We have wildfire smoke coming our way, and then also some big-time heat coming on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we have good air quality west of the Cascades, and we've been lucky to have that for weeks now. All the smoke's been in central and eastern Oregon. It's still there, but luckily a little more sparse because of all the wind that blew through yesterday. Looking at our air quality alerts, we have an air quality advisory for the yellow highlighted areas till 2 o'clock tomorrow. I imagine this will be expanded west once that smoke starts to move to the west. So what's the change? Well, we've been having a really consistent west wind for weeks now, and that's been pushing all the smoke toward the east. Keep in mind that west wind means it's coming from that direction. Now we're going to see an east wind come through the gorge. So this is exactly kind of the source of our heat too. East wind boosts our temperatures in the metro typically, but it's also going to carry a lot of that wildfire smoke from eastern Oregon, but also from eastern Washington. Remember all those fires we were talking about if you joined us last night on the 10 o'clock news? Lots and lots of fires, especially out in Spokane. There's a really bad one there in eastern Washington. Tuesday, same thing happens. We got the east wind, and same is into Tuesday night and Wednesday. So look at the smoke forecast graphic, and it's going to be quite dramatic. So get ready here. We're going 6 p.m. Sunday evening, so that's right about now. As we get into the overnight hours, the wind starts to shift, and there you go. All that smoke's going to start transitioning over toward the western side of the Cascades. By the time we get into tomorrow night and early Tuesday, yeah, the whole map's red. That's widespread smoke all across Oregon. So hence the first alert weather days, we have smoky skies Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and air quality could very well be unhealthy for some of those sensitive groups, but honestly for anyone who tries to partake in outdoor strenuous activities. Also, we're turning hot Tuesday, Wednesday. I have forecast highs in the mid to upper 90s. Quick wildfire update. This is just the info we have now. There are 48 active large fires. That is 8 more than yesterday. 32 of those are in Oregon. A lot of them have sparked up in Washington in the last 2 days. 76,000 acres burned the last 24 hours, and we're still at around 2.3 million acres for the year in both Oregon and Washington. That may be a little higher, that we haven't gotten an update yet today from the NWCC. Either way, this is definitely a record-breaking season compared to 2024. You can see we are over 2.3 million acres, and 2024 was 2.2 just about. So tonight, I think we're going to be pretty cool. Keep in mind, we're not going to get smoky until most likely after or around 8 a.m. tomorrow. So that wind is going to take its time, especially if you're on the west side of the metro heading toward the coast. You probably won't even get smoky till the later morning, early afternoon. We also got a north wind coming down the central I-5 corridor in the valley, so that will also kind of change things up as we get into the afternoon. Forecast highs for tomorrow, mid to upper 80s. So a big change from the weekend. We've only been in the 70s. Smoky skies, warmer, breezy if you are in the metro and valley, and then smoky skies still in eastern Oregon. Lots of sunshine. Unfortunately, we just won't see it because it's going to be so hazy. So our 3-day forecast, yes, every day is lit up. I know it seems dramatic, but it's truly just what we decided tonight because we know that it's going to be hot and smoky, and those two things are enough for us to issue alert days, and they happen to be happening at the exact same time. Mid-90s Tuesday, and then Wednesday, we put 98 degrees. Now, if you look at your weather app, especially the default one, if you have an Apple iPhone, you go to the Apple weather app, you're probably going to see 100 degrees, and that's largely because those apps do not account for the wildfire smoke. If we have a thick layer of smoke, we're not going to hit 100 degrees. And so actually we may even be off a couple degrees if it gets thick enough. So we've kind of manually adjusted the forecast a bit to account for that, but know that it's very hit or miss on what we're going to see Tuesday, Wednesday, and highly dependent on the wildfire smoke. Something that's going to happen is we got this heat dome that's been sitting out in the southwest, but it starts to influence our forecast all throughout this week. And so this week is going to be pretty hot most of the time. I think we're going to at least be in the upper 80s to, again, the 90s, 98 being the hottest day on Wednesday right now. Heat advisory was just issued by the National Weather Service. This is for pretty much the entire I-5 corridor and in the lower lying areas. Tuesday, Wednesday, highs getting near 100, again, just depending on that wildfire smoke. And lows are very warm, 60 to maybe 65. I'll show you our 7-day in a little bit, and I'll show you, I think I put a 65-degree low one night. So we've had 9 90-degree days this summer. I'm counting the one in May because it was just about summer. Our average is 15 days. So this week we're expecting 3, maybe 4 additional 90-degree days to add on to that total. Here's our 7-day forecast. So yeah, the 3 lit up days we've been talking about. Here's the lows, 60 degrees as we get into Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning 63, 65 into Thursday. Now, why is Thursday not lit up if it's 94 degrees? I do think we're probably going to be slightly cooler that day, number 1, but 2, we're going to have a west wind start to kick in again, that same wind that's been protecting us from the poor air quality. So hopefully this will be a less smoky day altogether. It may take its time. It may not be till the evening, but that's kind of the day we're expecting things to change back to how they were. Slightly cooler Friday, Saturday, and we're tracking another little weakened system here. See Sunday's sprinkle chance. We'll probably be in the low 80s at that point. We got a weak system that's just barely clipping us, and that may boost, or excuse me, drop our temperatures to the low 80s and then drop a little sprinkle, just kind of like we saw yesterday morning. So that's kind of all. I know it's a lot, but just know that you really want to closely monitor that air quality index. You can do so on websites like Air Now, or even your default weather app has a really good resource for that. If it's ever in the hundreds, don't go outside. Don't even try. It's not healthy for anybody, not just those sensitive groups. All right, we'll be back here pretty much every weekend, 5 o'clock p.m., but also we'll be back on Fox 12 at 10 and 11 tonight. Have a good one.